So hi, how are you guys? Right there. Um, this is the second episode of El Maestro Speaks, and I am doing this recording right here in my room. So, our topic for today is about the word learning. So, we already know definition of learning, so we can find it as a um, adding information to the already existing information in your mind, adding it and using that information to move on or using that information in your daily life. Um, you can also say that learning is improving yourself, making ourselves um, better than yesterday. So that is learning. So there are a lot of sayings, quotes, and what call that um, s- sayings, quotes about learning. I like this one. It says that learning only stops when you are 6 feet under the ground. Okay, so usually that is the saying that I hear when it comes, and I like that comes to learning. So with that being said, we already know that learning is just children, right? For us adults, there's always chance for us to learn something, and that would be a pretty exciting thing. Um, when we finished our college, and when we got our college degree and started looking for work, and of course we got lucky, we had a job and started working, and then every day you're so busy. I know everyone can relate to this. We almost had no time for learning, and that can be a pretty terrible thing for us because if we stop learning, we stop growing. Like, of course, our knowledge cannot be improved, and there can be no improvement in our work. So, learning is a very important thing. The problem here is learning takes or uses time, a time which is supposed to be devoted for working, right? So we need to we need to have something. We need to devise a way so that we learn something fast. Well, according to research, if you're going to look at likes of Tiger Woods, how Tiger Woods become so very good in golf, and if we are going to look likes of uh, Michael Jordan, um, how did he become so very good in basketball? Um, that research, I cannot remember the name of the researcher who actually made a research about those people, said that those people who are very good and expert in their own respective field had devoted at least 22,000 hours of their life practicing their craft. So what that means is mean that for us, if we want to learn something new, we have to quit our job and quit our job, and we have to focus on this thing. Um, well, I think that is impossible, right? So um, for that research, it's like telling us that um, we can no longer learn things. But looking back at the research is out. Uh, um, it's about looking how much time these people, these people um, spent in order to become so very good, but it didn't take a look on how much time did those people spend so that we can learn that thing. It is about how they became an expert in that field. Now, in our case, we don't need to be an expert in that field. We just need to know how to do it, and then the rest or the expertness will just follow along the way. So that is where accelerate learning comes in. So I heard this accelerate learning when I was looking at the at TEDx speech, wherein one person talks about accelerated learning, and this is what I want to share to all of us today. So accelerated learning is like um, learning a skill in a fast way that uh, you can use it if you would need it. So that is what we call accelerated learning. And according to this person's research, you can learn a thing and be good at it with with at least 20 hours of practice. So imagine 20 hours of practice and learn to do something. And of course, there are some in doing it. And without further ado, let's dive into it. So these are the steps for accelerate learning for 20 hours, learning anything under the sun with just 20 hours. So the first step is deconstructing the skill. Deconstructing the skill. So we have to be very specific. We have to be very specific with the skill that we want to have. Like for example, let's talk about music. Say you can just say, I wanna play guitar. That skill is a little general, so we want to be more specific with that skill playing the guitar. What exactly do you want to have in playing the guitar? Like for in playing the guitar, you have strumming, we have finger style, with kinds of or different ways of playing guitar. So you have to be specific in the skill that you want to have. And of course, if you are if a beginner, you really have to dive into basics. Like I have to learn at least is a chord and use accompanying a song. And or you say, I want to play. I want able to play guitar for this. I want to play song using what do you call this? I want able to use guitar in singing this song. So you choose a particular song, right? So that is being specific. So now you have a very clear target. Like at the end of 20 hours, you can now see, you can now evaluate yourself if you can play a song in your guitar, then and now evaluate if you've learned something. Okay, so is the first step constructing the skill. So you have to decide skill that you want to have, you want to be done, and break into pieces. Okay. The second is step is learn enough to self-correct. Okay. Nowadays, information is just at the tip of our fingers. You can just go to the internet, Google, and you can have those videos. There are a lot of tutorials there that can teach you uh, things. Like for example, like again, let's go back to our guitar. What am I doing wrong? Why is it not sound good? can just look at the internet and can help you correct yourself. Or like number two, another thing is you learn basics of the skill that you want to have can help you in self-correcting. And another part of second step is be open corrections. Look at yourself, you reflect, learn enough to correct, and at the same time, open enough for corrections. The third one is remove barriers to practice. Uh, First barrier to practice is procrastination. Yeah. We have to say to ourselves, I'm going to stick to my schedule. If you already have fixed the schedule for your practice, that for every 15 minutes, I'm going to practice my guitar, or every day, 15 minutes every day, I'm going to practice my guitar. And you have to stick to your schedule, and that, okay, that's part of learning, and of course, self-discipline. Remove barriers to practice. So you have to clear schedules before that, and you have to see to it you are going to practice by hook by crook. The next step is practice for at least 20 hours. Of course, that is about accelerated learning. 20 hours, right? So practice for at least 20 hours. So that is 20 hours accumulated, not 20 hours straight, of course. 20 hours. Um, let's say maybe today you're practicing for 15 minutes, tomorrow another 15 minutes. And with that, at least you are learning something new, and at the same time, you are doing your job, right? As of course, especially if you're a teacher like me, you have to learn new things every day because you are a teacher. You're giving knowledge to students, and if you are running out of knowledge to share, then you cannot call yourself a teacher, right? So gives you time to this 20-hour learning technique. It will give you time to live your life at the same time learn something new. And the last step is commit practicing no matter what. That is like connection to the step three of removing barriers to practice. So it's your commitment will give you this new kind of skill. So commit to practicing no matter what. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, the accelerated learning for 20 hours. Uh, um, this is what I can share today to you, and I hope we learned something new to apply it. I am also using this. I have done it using this in guitar, playing blues. I hope I can give you some. But I don't have my guitar here right now with me. I am using this in teaching wushu to my pupils. Um, I'm using this 20 hours practice, and of course, I'm not the one learning. They are the one learning. What I'm doing is I'm strengthening skills, looking at their skills, and I'm asking myself, what specific skill they need to learn today? And that's where we are going to focus. And I teach it to them, and I show them the right way that will enough. That I'm making sure that that's enough. Thing I'm showing is enough for them to self-correct themselves, while practicing, even if I am not around, and I will leave them practice. For those who are really interested, who will really practice, commit themselves to at least 20 hours or more than that, and go away after a month. If they come back and we are going to practice, you can see those people who are really good or who are really committed, because there's a lot of changes. The change is really fast, and that is a a all this that is evidence that accelerated learning, if you're going to follow this, is really working. So thank you so much. This is El Maestro in second episode of El Maestro Speaks. Maraming salamat po.